Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is just going to be a really relaxed, chatty type of video. I wanted to do a first impression on these two products for a little while now. They've just been sitting in my drawer and I just haven't got around to it, but today is the day that I'm sitting down to do this. So we're just going to be trying out the Hello Flawless Foundation from Benefit, as well as the Hello Flawless powder from Benefit. I'm really excited to try these out and see how they wear on the skin and see if I like them. I love doing first impression videos on foundations, like foundations and powders and like base products like concealers and stuff. Like that is the stuff that just like gets me revved up. Like I get so excited about that. Anytime a brand comes out with a new foundation, I'm like, yes bitch, give me the product, I want it on my face. I've just jumped on the website and this foundation actually retails for $62 Australian, so it is a little bit pricey, but it's a high-end foundation, so that's to be expected. And it just says, achieve that natural flawless look with this new oil-free liquid foundation. With its brightening formula, your skin radiates with a healthy looking glow. A brightening oil-free liquid foundation for a natural luminous finish. So I think this is essentially a lightweight, light natural coverage type of foundation. It does say on the foundation box itself that you can build it up to a medium coverage, so we'll just see how it goes, because you guys know that I love a full coverage foundation. So as usual, for my first impressions, I'm just going to prime one side of my face using the Prime Time Bare Minerals Neutralizing Primer. It's just my favorite, and I think, ooh, it's squirted out so weird. I'm just going to prime the right side of my face today. I always hate this part the most, like it just feels wrong putting primer on one side of my face. So this is the packaging that the foundation comes in. It's really cute, typical Benefit style packaging, just adorable. So the foundation comes with a pump, which is perfection, honestly, so good. So I've just taken one pump on a little surface for now, and it feels quite light and not moussey, but just like really lightweight when you touch it. I'm hoping this is going to be a good match for my skin tone. I think it's actually going to be a really good match, but we'll see. The brush that I'm using today is the Sigma Bake Kabuki F89 brush. This is like my favorite foundation brush of all time. So yeah, I'm just going to brush it into my skin and kind of pat it in downwards motions. This is just my favorite way to apply foundation. That looks really nice so far. Like it looks like my skin, but just more evened out and the same color as my body. You can still see my actual skin peeking through, but it looks like my skin just better. Like it just looks so natural and nice. Like, and it blended out really easily. Like just no streaks or anything like that. It just blended out so seamlessly on my skin. So that was the prime side. Now we're going to try the non-prime side and see if it blends out the same. Personally, I would never wear foundation without primer on, unless like I've forgotten to do it and can't be bothered to redo my foundation. But you guys really like seeing each side compared and like how the foundation holds up. I'm not really noticing any difficulty blending it out. Like there's not too much of a difference. The only difference is that I can tell that my skin feels drier on this side, and that's just because I used a hydrating primer. So if anything, it just feels more moisturized, but there's not really too much difference in blending it out. So this is what the foundation looks like with just one pump spread out over my entire face. So it actually spread like really far, but it does pump out like a decent amount. So I am going to go in and try and build it up a little bit. There's not really too much difference between the non-prime side and the prime side. The only thing I would say is just it looks a little bit more luminous on this side, because the primer that I used is quite hydrating and brightening in a sense. So dumb. I realized that it came with a little foundation primer sample. I thought it was a foundation sample, but it's a primer. So I'm like just kicking myself in the face internally because I should have used it. And I opened it up and I was like, what the hell? So yeah, anyway, I'm going to take another pump and see how this blends out. So we've just got this much, and I'm going to spread this over my face. I really like how it blends out with the brush, but I'm going to try it with a beauty blender just to see if there's any differences. This is a damp beauty blender, by the way. You guys always ask me. I always use my beauty blenders damp. I never use them dry. So that's what it looks like with 2 layers of the foundation on. I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't really want to put too much on because today is going to be 30 degrees Celsius. Wish me luck, guys. I'm going to be sweating my balls off today. So far for me, this foundation is personally more like a BB cream in a sense, because it is so like thin and lightweight. I can't really feel it on my skin so much. It feels a little bit greasy in a sense, just because it is so dewy. And that's one thing I'm not really like super fond of, is that it's a little bit dewy on my nose and like my T-zone kind of area, and it's kind of accentuating my texture. I'm just going to go in and quickly conceal underneath my eyes and set my under eye concealer. That way we can test out the foundation powder. Alright, so now I'm just going to powder my face using the Hello Flawless powder. This has SPF 15 in it as well, which is really good because I'm really bad at putting sunscreen on before I do my foundation. So on the back of the packaging it says a sheer to full coverage. This Silky Buildable powder lets you customize your look just the way you want it. I'm in the shade Honey for this as well, so I just got the same shade as my foundation. So I'm hoping that it's not going to make my face too dark for my body. But this powder actually retails for $59 Australian. So this one is on the expensive side as well, but you know, it's a high-end powder, high-end foundation, it's just to be expected. I'm guessing this is kind of like a powder foundation in a sense. The brush I am using is my Sigma Tapered Face F25 brush. There's a hair on my face. This has a mirror in it as well, which is perfect. I love products that come with mirrors. That's what it looks like. And it has a little, oh, it's got a little brush and a sponge in the back. So it actually comes with a brush and a sponge, but I personally don't ever use the little brushes and sponges that come with products because I don't really like them. So I'm liking this powder so far. It's like kind of blurring out my skin, which is really nice, especially because the foundation kind of emphasized my texture in a sense because it is so like luminous and dewy. The powder is kind of like hiding my pores and making me look sort of airbrushed. So I'm really liking it. And it's actually adding a little bit of coverage as well. So if you're worried that the foundation isn't as full coverage as you'd like it to be, you can just use the powder just to help with the coverage. So I'm actually, my dogs are barking, and it feels nice on my face. Like it's not too powdery. It's just like that perfect in-between sort of mix. So I'm actually really impressed with how those two products turned out on my face so far. I'm just going to go off camera and finish the rest of my makeup and just check back in with you guys and let you know how they're wearing throughout the day and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'll be back in a jiffy. Alright guys, so I'm back. I've just finished doing my makeup and it is now around 12 p.m. in the afternoon. I actually started doing my makeup and filming this video around like 10:30, 11 o'clock. So I've had the foundation on for like an hour or so now, and I'm really happy with how the coverage of the foundation and the powder turned out when combined together. I really like the color of the foundation so far, and just overall I really like how it's holding up on my skin, and I just like how the finish looks, and I don't know, I just really like this foundation and powder combination. So I really wish that I tried out the primer as well to see what that would have been like with it, but I'll just have to try that out another day and update you guys in the future. I'm going to do some more check-ins throughout the day. I have a couple of other videos that I have to film and edit, so I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. I'm going to be indoors most of the day, but it is like 30 degrees, so I'm going to be sweating buckets, so it'll be really good to see how this foundation holds up. But other than that, I will see you guys in a couple of hours. Hey guys, so I'm back and it is now 2:56 in the afternoon. So I've changed my lip color because I filmed a quick little Instagram video for you guys. So far the foundation is looking pretty good. It looks kind of sweaty. So it's like kind of sweaty around the corners of my nose, like on my forehead, like there's a little bit of fluff stuck to it. And if I touch it, it looks matte after I touch it, and then the oil is like on my finger. So a lot of oil is coming through wearing this foundation, which is weird because I don't have oily skin. So I think it's just because it's a really hot day that all my oil is kind of coming through on my skin. Other than that, the foundation looks really nice. It hasn't oxidized from what I can tell. It's just like my T-zone kind of area that could do with a bit of a blot and a powder. It's still holding up really well. I don't have any patches or anything like that. Also, I forgot to mention earlier that I did take a photo with the flash on just to test if this has any flashback, and it didn't have any whatsoever. I will insert the photo now for you guys, which is awesome because this foundation does have SPF in it, so that is something that was a concern. I'm just going to go about my day and then I'll check back in another couple of hours. Alright guys, I'm back and it's now 6:13 in the evening. So I've had the foundation on since like 11, so like 7-ish hours now. So yeah, I look like disgustingly greasy. Can you guys see my face? Oh my god, I look so oily, like Holy balls. I never get this oily. Like, I don't have oily skin. I have normal to dry skin. Oh, I have like not looked in the mirror. Oh my god. Look at your oil. You know when you can't pluck a hair, you're trying so hard to pluck a hair but you just can't get it out, or you're trying to squeeze a pimple but it's like on your back or something and you can't reach it. This is one of those times, like when I need to blot my face or like wipe it off because it's just like really unsettling. So I don't know if you guys can see any better. I just zoomed you in. Hopefully you can see the oil a little bit, but yeah, it's just like super oily around my nose, on my forehead. I'm going to blot my face and then I am going to use the powder again and see if we can just like make this look a little bit better, see if we can prolong the wear of the foundation at all, because right now for me this is not a long wearing foundation. So I'm actually just going to take a couple of these little NYX blotting papers. These are the matte blotting papers from NYX. I actually don't use blotting papers like ever, so this is like new to me. So I've got one of the little sheets and I'm just going to, ugh, this is gross. Oh, yuck, look at that. That is disgusting. Ew. Ugh, I need another one. Look, it like sticks to my face with the oil. Holy sweet balls. So I'm just going to take that same powder, the Hello Flawless powder from Benefit. I'm taking that same brush I used earlier and I'm just going to powder my face and see if we can, like, you know, make the longevity last a little while longer. Alright, so I've just powdered my face and it already looks so much better. Like, I think I could get another couple of hours wear out of this foundation now. I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of Fix Plus and just see if it makes my skin feel a little bit more hydrated. Alright, so I just put a generous amount of Fix Plus on there. So you definitely can blot the foundation, add more powder, and then go in with like a spray and make everything lay down really nicely, and it doesn't really look like you've been wearing it as long as you have, because like I said, I have been wearing this for 7 hours now. So yeah, I would never wear a foundation for this long ever, especially in this heat, like, ugh. So I am going to leave it on for another hour or two, as long as I possibly can. So I will be back in a couple of hours or so. Alright guys, so I'm back with my last check-in. It is now 7:18 at night. I wanted to try and leave the foundation on a little bit longer, but I just am really keen to have a shower, wash my makeup off, wash my hair. I will say blotting my face, adding that little bit of powder and the spray has really helped with it. It still looks a little bit like shiny on my nose, but overall the foundation itself looks really good, even though my face got really oily. And I don't typically have oily skin. I have found that the foundation has not like patched off anywhere on my face whatsoever, which is like really impressive to me. So you just need to blot it a little bit and then add some more powder and maybe like a setting spray or something. Even if you add a setting spray after you initially do your foundation, it's obviously going to last so much longer. But yeah, overall I'm really happy with how the foundation actually looks on my skin. I actually really like it. I love the color. I love that there's no flashback. I love that it's nice and dewy and luminous. As for the powder, I'm thinking it would be really nice as like a powder foundation, because it is quite pigmented. So I am going to try that out and just see how it goes on those days where I don't really want to wear any makeup, but I just want my face to match my tanned body. I don't think it's that great for setting your foundation and stopping oil from seeping through. This is more of like a face powder rather than a setting powder, if that makes sense. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for some of you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because it would just mean the world to me for you guys to join the family. And I'll see you guys in my next video, because I always use brushes.